Thank
Yes, Roman.
We have a problem.
What's your problem?
Your hair's back again.
Hi. No! Welcome to Morning Musume. My name is Jeremy.
And I'm Jake.
I look ridiculous. This week we are reviewing Morning Musume's 40th single,
Nanchatte Renai. This song is one of the songs that I've known for a very long time from the Morning Musume catalog. It's one of the first songs I ever heard. As such, I'm more familiar with it than I have been with other songs that have been introduced to me.
This is one of those singles like Kanashimi Twilight where I feel like it's such a different group because the way that they styled their makeup, the way they styled their hair, the way that the costumes were done, the way that the set was done, it just seems so uncharacteristically not Morning Musume and so much like somebody else. So this is one of those other singles that I really just is like, this doesn't feel like Morning Musume, but I like it, I kind of dig it.
I really like the soft, fluttery piano intro. The one thing I will say about Nanchatte Renai is that the instrumentation for this song reminds me of a lot of different J-pop songs that I've heard. I think it's a really good song. It's probably one of my favorites, but there is something oddly generic about this song.
A little bit.
About the instruments for this song.
I feel like on a whole, Nanchatte Renai really succeeded where Shogunai Yume Obito maybe didn't. Because I love Shogunai Yume Obito. I think it's one of my top songs. But I feel like the instrumental were very similar to that. I feel like the lyrics were very similar. I feel like the dance was very similar. The idea and the concepts behind it were so similar, but I feel like Nanchatte really succeeded.
Nanchatte Renai. I didn't like that she said, I let out a yawn. And
Why?
Okay, there's this weird thing I have about songs. When I'm listening to a song, there are certain actions and words that people can use in a song that will immediately just kind of gross me out, and I don't know why. It's like this weird... For those of you who are watching the video, you just missed out on me ranting for 20 minutes. Because I know none of it's going to get kept.
Some of it will. I feel like the last couple singles have been forming a reverse love story. We had Resonant Blue, which was talking about the sadness that was developing before the relationship was about to end. Then we took a break from the sad stuff and we went into Pepper Kebu, which was a nice like little, okay, we're going to take a break. And then we're going to see what happens.
To when the relationship started.
And then we have Naichao Kamo, where the breakup actually happens. Then we have Shogunai, which is the mundane, like I'm sitting around the house, I'm ironing your clothes, and I don't know if this is gonna work out between us, you know. And then now we have Nanchatte, which is like the feelings right before that, where it's like, does anybody else feel the same way that I do? I don't think anybody's happy. We're just doing fake love. Just kidding, I do love you. Just kidding, I don't love you. And it's formed this reverse love story, or I guess breakup story, is that Nanchatte is the beginning of it, and maybe maybe Sunku was trying to go for like, here is the initial breakup in Naichao Kamo, and then now we're delving into the feelings that were developing before it, and going back and discussing what happened that brought us to this point. Let's talk about the set.
I like when you set something pretty in a not pretty location. I like that dissonance. Like the girls look all dolled up, but they're in this nitty-gritty location, and it brings like, it makes it so that they're not just pretty little dolls singing on a pretty little set. When it's, you know, the girls are all prettied up and they're on a pretty set, I feel like it kind of cheapens the girls a little bit. And it's like, look how pretty my little dolls are. Look at them sing, doobie doobie doo.
I can see that.
I like a set like this, where the girls they look gorgeous and the costumes are amazing. I thought they were amazing. But they're in this dirty warehouse set. The black and white split background set was okay.
It reminded me of their costumes.
It reminded me of their costumes. It was a little weird because they would do a silhouette shot of the girls, but you could only see their top half and the bottom half was obscured because the bottom was black. I don't know, it was a weird, I didn't understand why we had to split it right down the middle black and white like that.
Maybe because it's like, here's the good part of the relationship, here's the bad, and flip-flopping between the two.
But why is the good part her cooch?
No, the good part was the white, which would have been the top.
I mean the bad part. Why is the bad part her vagina?
Because they're only in the relationship for sex. The set I liked the idea of because it's like this house that they're living in, but it's almost like it's degraded. It's not as great as it used to be. That now it's become this other thing. It's no longer a place that they're safe to live in. It's this gross, dirty warehouse. Roman.
Yes, Cuckoo.
Did you get the grand mansion up on the hill? The one for my music video today? Fake Love. I'm so excited to film in that house. The lighting was perfect. Oh, the flooring was flowing crimson carpets. That gorgeous, gorgeous wall decor. You saw it, all the paintings that were along the wall.
So
It was
pretty.
wonderful, and the windows had gold plated on them.
So pretty. Yeah, about that. Much.
I can't wait for it, Roman.
Much like the fact that I had to shop at H&M for the costumes, I had to be a little budget conscious for the set. I couldn't get the mansion on the hill. But I did get something big,
Oh,
and it is on a hill.
extravagant?
It's a warehouse.
A warehouse? What kind of warehouse?
A big one on a hill.
What warehouse, Roman?
The big abandoned one on the hill that's set to be
No!
condemned.
I like the window shots. I like the group shots. I think that just overall, like, the strange ballet shots in that room, I feel like the ballet shots could have been done somewhere else. Like, maybe in that white room. On the subject of the dance, I think that the dance for Nanchatte, again, succeeded where the dance for Shogunai didn't. Because I feel like for Shogunai, they were trying to go for this elegant ballet thing, and it ended up just looking like they were throwing a temper tantrum. Where in this one, it really looked like they were going for, like, this smooth, elegant thing. And maybe that is, again, to just emphasize the nitty-grittiness of Shogunai, where it's like, I don't think that we're actually going to be able to make this relationship work. We're going to need to break up. Leading into Nanchatte Renai.
Apparently our money scheme didn't work. Going to America didn't help us at all.
Ooh.
We're still broke. How are we on costumes this week?
Well, I bought out the Young Miss section of the local H&M.
Oh.
I thought they turned out okay. The black, the white, the fingerless hobo gloves.
Hobo gloves.
The little gloves they were wearing.
Why did you buy them hobo gloves?
I loved the costumes. I don't mind that they look like they were bought entirely from an H&M. Because I like H&M. You wouldn't know that from all the clothes I wear in all my videos, but I do like H&M. I like seeing the girls in pants instead of super short skirts every once in a while. I like the black and white theme. I think it's a really classy theme, and I especially liked it against the kind of grayish green blue background of the warehouse. Maybe that's why I didn't like the black and white set so much, because they were in white, and so they just kind of blended with the background. So maybe if they had just full-on swapped the colors, and then when they were standing in front of the black and white background, if they had been in sort of like a grayish color palette, I would have been a little more happy with the gray and black background. But anyways, the girls had two costumes this video. They had the black and white get-ups with the little hats, the white blouses, the corset tops, pants. Some of them had, it looked kind of like trailing tail type things off the back, like open front skirts almost. Boots, I love when they wear boots. And fingerless gloves. The styling was very smoky but light, and I love it. I love that style.
What I liked about the black and white costumes was that they were so different from each other, but they were somehow similar. I noticed that most of the girls had cutoffs that were a little bit lower towards their chest line, and they had more frillies on them. Some of them had button-ups, and then Sayumi had one that poofed out and looked like a flower that was like coming over, and it was almost like a handkerchief scarf. It was really pretty and very elegant. But what I did notice that I laughed about, because I think it's funny that right now is at the time where budget cuts are really digging deeper into the pockets of Roman and Sunku, and everything is just seeming a little bit cheaper with every single music video that we're getting, and with every single costume that we're getting, and with every single song, it just seems a little bit cheaper. And with this one, there were only a couple gloves present in the entire video. Ai-chan had one, Sayumi and Junjun had one, Gaki stole Reina's, I think, because she had two of them. Musically, this is also the first single since Do It Now where we've had a rap. I feel like the rap was a little bit odd because it was kind of nitty gritty, and then all of a sudden you had a very sweet line from Gaki or Kame, and it just seemed a little bit like,
The only thing about the rap that really threw me was the layering, because you had the girls talking in very sing-songy high voices, but you had someone, which was probably Lin Lin, because she's got the deepest voice, who's talking like a whole octave below.
It was Lin Lin and Aika. And Koharu got a line. Resonant Blue. This is the first line she's gotten since Resonant Blue.
And she got a nice line.
She got a really long line.
I will say, I've grown to love Koharu very deeply, very truly. But I will say that right after, putting her right after I, the contrast in their voices was a little too much.
Yeah.
Because you had I come in and I's voice is fantastic, it's strong, it's full, and then Koharu's voice has improved, but it lacked support, and it was nasally and high, and it just, if it had been like Reina Koharu, I don't think it would have been so like
Resonant Blue.
Yeah.
Because Reina's is that nice little blend between
Reina's
too nasally and Ai-chan's status.
And full. So it would have worked better, but because we went straight from one end of the spectrum to the other, I was just like...
It was a very sharp contrast.
Whoa. Sayumi's line at the end was the same thing, where you had a fuller voice, and then Sayumi came in. And not that I'm saying I dislike their voices for what their voices are. I think they're very sweet. Just it's the contrast.
Such a sharp contrast too.
It wasn't well thought out distribution wise, I don't think.
Maybe that's what they were going for, is dissonance.
Maybe.
I do feel bad though that Koharu got essentially a huge push in this single. This is the first one that she's gotten in years, and now she's leaving. So last week I asked you guys about line distribution, and if you guys thought that Shogunai was enough, since we've been complaining about line distribution for a couple singles now, and if Shogunai was good enough. And Jake asked you guys who had your favorite costume out of Shogunai, and these were the responses that we got.
JMJ363, you said you liked Gaki's cool jumper and tie thing was adorable. Thank you!
It really was adorable. That was my favorite.
Thank you for answering. So for this week, we would like to ask,
are you guys prepared to see Koharu leave? Or are you on the fence about it? Are you not happy about it? Do you think she should have stayed around longer? What are your thoughts? Let me know.
I would like to ask, I don't know how much of my rant is going to make it into the video, but I talked about how lines like, I let out a yawn and I was nibbling a hamburger, something about those lines just bug me. Am I alone in these feels, or do you guys get bugged when songs mention oddly mundane, trivial things like yawning, mumbling, stomach growling, dirty clothes, cleaning the house, ironing, stuff like that just bothers me. How do you guys feel about it? Let me know.
Or is Jake just crazy?
Thank you guys so much for watching.
And we will see you guys all next week when we review Kimagure Princess.
And I will see you on Friday.
Oh, that was early. I jumped the gun on that. Sorry, go ahead.
And I will see you guys on Friday when I do something.
Something exquisite.
I don't actually know.
You should suggest things on our Facebook page. Please like it below and tell Jake what he should do. Oh gosh, there's a wispy.
Ah!
Tuck it back in there.
Get in, tuck it in.
And go to those boobs.
Ooh.
Tuck it back in. Peace out. You think about this?
I don't like this business of Sayumi getting more lines. They should all be going to Reina. I can't stay around forever. Sooner or later, like many a girl before her, she's got to go. And when she does, my Reina will be the star. Not Sayumi. Puffy little Sayumi with her little bangs. Ugh. If it's the last thing I do, I will make sure she doesn't get any lines the next single. Yes! Come in! Oh, for the love of... Yes?
Why is it you always take the longest times to open that door?
Why can't you open your own damn door?
Because you're my assistant. What did you think of my song?
I really like the song. It's very good.
What did you think of the set?
You know, I did the best I could with what I was given.
What did you think of Koharu?
I thought she looked very cute this week.
Good. Because she's never getting another line ever again.
Really?
Take this ridiculous thing off. I am so upset, Roman.
Why?
Because that little hoe is leaving. She wants to go and pursue modeling. Why? Modeling? No! She is talentless! She has no talent in this whole world. That is why I asked her to come into Morning Musume. Because there's nothing else that she can do. And now she wants to leave me. How dare she? Well, you know what? Her graduating single? She's not getting anything. She's not even going to be in the center of the dance anymore. She thinks she can play with me. She thinks that she can toy around with me. No, Roman, I am not to be played. And you know what? I'm going to make it a sense that she will have nothing to do with because she is not sexy and she will never have a proper career unless she gets her boobs fixed like Godo. And you know how well that worked out for her.
Sunku, there was one other thing I wanted to talk to you about.
What is it?
Since we're talking about line distribution,
Yes.
I wanted to talk to you about Sayumi.
What about her?
Well, since Koharu was leaving, and we're going to have to reestablish the face of Morning Musume a little bit, I was just thinking that maybe you don't want Sayumi to have any lines in the next song. Think about it. Think about it for just a minute. Koharu's leaving. There's going to be talk about that. You need to really solidify the face of Morning Musume, and Sayumi, let's be real, she lacks substance. There's not much to that girl. She thinks she's all that in a bag of edamame, but she's not.
You know what is, though? Alvin and the Chipmunks. Alvin and the Chipmunks are fantastic, right? Right, Roman? Alvin and the Chipmunks are hilarious. I think I'm going to feature their voices in the next single. You are such an inspiration to me, Roman.
What the hell just happened? God. Sunrise Modeling Agency? Hello. It's that anonymous caller from earlier? Yes. Don't worry. Koharu is yours. You should start working up the paperwork now. Oh, I am so sorry. I thought you hung up. Okay, bye-bye.
愛が足りないだけど今これだりしないだって